Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. It is Friday. We got a special edition tonight. Only because I'm in a great mood. Friday, September 29th, 2023. Again, we are in the land of the living. It could have been another way, but however, God has say so of us still being here. Let somebody know that we are live right now on the Facebook channel, the YouTube channel, the name of the show. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on Twitch and Twitter. Find us somewhere. I want you guys to, wherever you are, you're in the car, you're on your couch, wherever you are, I want you to stand up right now. I want you to stand up for the simple fact the people that I'm about to introduce, you're going to get on your feet anyway. You're going to open your mouth. You're going to scream. You're going to do all those wonderful things. Because these guys deserve it. I mean, I deserve it, but I ain't talking about me right now. Anywho. So I asked these gentlemen for a short, I mean S-H-O-R-T, short bio.
You want? My name is Cardell Butler, also known as the Ballaholic, from San Francisco, California.
I am Coach Ashley Robinson, aka Paul Rich, from Washington. Well, originally from Memphis, Tennessee, but currently living in Washington State.
Oh, now they want to say it without me reading the bios that
You told us a short bio, but when I said, you said you was okay with it.
Right.
You said you was okay with it. So what you telling us is what we just said now, I could have just sent that and we would have been good, Sunshine, would have been okay.
Let me put my glasses on and be educated around here.
Hey, I'm gonna start. Don't start, Coach.
I would save it.
Oh man!
Inside joke about glasses. What is it?
Nah, it's an inside joke. It's an inside joke.
It is an inside joke. So you notice, like I said, I gave everybody my biological name and my streetball name. So my streetball name, everybody know who Rich Paul is. So from the streetball, if you see these, you see that, what we doing? We signing contracts over here. You know what I mean? So streetball to pro, I am the Paul Rich of streetball. I got the best players in the game. That's all. That's our game. A little inside.
So that's why when you put the glasses up,
it's time to go to work. We signing contracts now.
Well, I'm excited again to be able to have this conversation with you guys. I know you guys are busy, as he stated, about to sign these contracts, about to do a tour, tryouts, a lot going on, but at the same time to be able to sit down and have a conversation. As I always say, I don't do interviews. I have conversations with people. I'm interested in the whole you versus just what we know you for. So we're going to start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Coach, I heard you say that former basketball player yourself. And when did that start for you?
Oh, man. So, well, of course, I had to say, really, when I got into basketball, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee, right? And so I ended up leaving Memphis when I was 10. My mom joined the military, took me to Alaska. And when I went to Alaska, that's when I actually really started taking basketball or got into basketball. So it ended up going from there. I didn't play high school basketball. You know what I mean? I was working. And it wasn't a situation like, oh, I had to work because my mom couldn't afford it. She's just one of those discipline. You know what I mean? This is what a man needs to be able to do. You know what? Handle business first, right? So I did that. Got picked up playing. I still play street ball. Just played basketball nonstop. Got picked up for a college here in Washington. A coach saw me playing in a 3-on-3 tournament. Ended up going to a Christian college, Puget Sound Christian College. You know what I mean? From there to a JUCO college out here in Bremerton. And then I signed with the Seattle Mountaineers. At that time was the IBL, International Basketball League. So that was the big thing out here in Washington. So that's sort of my journey. It was a way different, you know what I mean? Nothing fancy. It was really out the mud type to get there. You know what I mean?
We're going to put a pin in that. And
Okay.
I'm going to come back to something you said. Brain, remember. You know, it happens when you are mature in age. Sometimes you want to remember, but sometimes it escapes you. However, Mr. Butler,
Yes.
when did you know that you were gifted to play basketball?
12 years old. I remember after making my first shot, I was about 5 years old is when the love started for me. And after 5 years old, I played every day. I had to get better, but I got better almost every day. Then I wound up finding out how fun and much it was. And then I was in the gym every day. I was literally a gym rat. And I had a growth spurt at a very young age, at 12 years old. 7th grade, I was 5'9". When I came back my 8th grade year, I was 6'2". So everyone was like, Carter, what happened? And then it was just like, now I really need to get into basketball because I'm putting 2 and 2 together. I was already playing, and then I had this growth spurt. So now it's coming together. All of a sudden, my mind is changing. Now it's like, now I want to dunk. So I used to just pull myself up on the net and hang on the rim just to have that feeling of how high I had to be or how high I was off the ground for me to dunk. So I kept taking steps. I didn't know at that point, but I just knew that I was more athletic than the rest of my friends. I noticed the athleticism and the talent once I got to high school. I only played 2 years of high school basketball, and it was my junior and senior year because the other 2 years I wasn't the kid who I was supposed to be. Let's say that. Really active in the streets, but not really doing nothing bad. I just wasn't going to school. It was just so much other curricular activities I was caught up in. And once I really realized it, like I had to leave my city to go to another city to go to school in that city. It was San Mateo, which was around not my group. I was out of the hood, right? So now I had to go down here to the nice area where there's no loud music, there's no drugs, there's no gun violence, there's no street, none of that stuff. So it was a different type of focus. Now I had to go to class. It's like, nothing's going on, Carter. What are you going to do? You got to go to class. So I wound up going to class, and I realized that my first year I got I got a 2.15 GPA, and I was happy. I never had that. I was always a 1 point something, always 1 point something. When I saw that 2 point something GPA in my first game, my first high school basketball game, I'm talking about it's packed. I'm just like, what's going on? I've never seen this before. My first game, I think I had maybe about 44 points, and the fans were just, my first high school game, about 44 points. I think I had like about 4 dunks, and I was just like, what's going on? I'm 17 years old. I'm like, this is what it is to be athletically eligible to play basketball. Oh man, that's when I noticed it. That's when I really noticed the level of talent that I had at that point. And it took off from there. After that, I did 2 years of high school. Since I didn't have the credits to go to a 4-year college, I wound up going to a junior college. And the fact that the high school that I was at, I wanted to go to another junior college at that same peak where I'm around the area. I can't do nothing but school and basketball. So that was College of Southern Idaho. On top of that, my mom was like, either you going to jail or you going to Idaho. That's it. You're not going nowhere else. You're going to go to jail or you're going to go to school. That was the only two choices my mom told me I had. I was like, no, Mom, Idaho. So I stayed out there entire year. I didn't even come home, no breaks, no nothing. I stayed out there for the summer. All of the holidays, I stayed out there. And it was perfect because one of my close friends, I got killed. He got killed, and I knew I would have been with him because I was always with him. So it was like, you know what? Like it hurt me, of course, that he got killed, but it's like, I'm coming home. It's like, no, you're staying out there. Because if I would have came home, it would have been retaliation. That's all I was thinking. Who killed one of my best friends? And I wasn't even like that. I was just so upset. And that's how we are when we're young. You know what I mean? So my mom was like, no, you're staying. I winded up staying. I winded up doing really good, right? So Utah State comes by. And after junior college, I had Syracuse, North Carolina, Duke, Texas, UNLV, Villanova. I had all the top D1 schools, but Utah State had something different for me. It was like, yo, we can catch you up on your academics. You don't have to pay for nothing going to these other schools. We give you a full scholarship, but you got to sit out 1 year. Straight academics, no basketball. And that was called Proposition 48. So, I like a red shirt, but I was a gray shirt. So I was a student, but I wasn't an athlete. I couldn't go to none of the practices. I couldn't go to none of the team meetings. I couldn't go to study hall because study hall was a big study hall for all of the athletes. I couldn't go to that. Yeah. So it was I'm just a student. And I worked on all of my academics, and I just was just so focused, and I noticed that I was maturing so quick. My first year, I lead our conference in dunks with 21 dunks. My junior year, I had a top 10 player on Sports Center. I mean, the average went down, but I was a role player, but I was a great role player. It was just dunking the ball and just being aggressive. And my senior year, that's when I took it up another notch. Now I'm the leading scorer on the team. I'm again leading my conference in dunks. So it was just perfect. After the season ended, I knew that I was going to get a look to go to the NBA. I just didn't know when. So I didn't train or nothing. All of a sudden, and one comes along, and my friend was like, yo, go try. It's like, man, I'm not doing that. I've been watching it for the past 3 years. I don't think I don't want to go. It's like, no, just go try it. Go try it, man. You should just try it. I was like, I don't have any shoes anywhere, shorts. He was like, here, I got shorts and shoes. I was like, all right, I'll go try it. And then when I got there, it was unexpected because when I first got, I thought it was going to be a bunch of talented guys playing, not the N1 team, but the who guys were trying to get on. And I was like, that's what those guys are trying to get on? I was like, let me just get in here and see. Let me just see. I wound up doing good. And I was like, okay, I did good, but this is not what I want. I want to play against the actual N1 guys. And even when I get interviewed before I walk inside the building, I was like, yo, like, this is what I've been waiting for. I've been watching these guys for a few years, man. So now it's time to do it's time to do what I've been doing. So I get inside, boom. I'm like, oh, that's main event. That's the professor. That's hot sauce. That's Shane the dribbling machine. These are guys who I'm watching before I even thought about coming on. Like, I'm starstruck, like, holy crap. So the game get going, and they're doing everything. I'm talking about 360 between the legs. They're catching alley-oops from half court, doing 360. I'm like, what? I can't do this. So I finally get a chance to go, and the first person that's guarding me is 5 feet back. And I'm just like, wait. And I'm dribbling like, you're not going to guard me? Okay. Bam! First shot goes in, and after that, it was just over. I was like, nobody from this N1 team was going to guard me. No one from the N1 team was going to stop me. It's too late now. I just scored 3 times. It's too late. So that's where everything just kicked in. The confidence, everything kicked in. But I noticed my time when I was about 12, 13 years old. Actually, no, 17 years old in high school is when I noticed the real talent. But at age 12, when I had my growth spurts, I noticed that I could be more aggressive than everybody else my age. Big story. Big story.
Let me sit up. I need to sit up so you can really see my face. 12.
Yeah.
Yep, 12 years old.
So whose side of the family is tall?
My mom's side is. My mom is 5'10". My grandfather is 6'8". I have an auntie who's 6'3". Yeah, my mom's side of the family is tall. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. And you know how like it's not the first kid, but it's the second kid who always gets the genes. For some reason, it's always that second kid who gets the genes. Yeah.
So I remember it's good that we're having this conversation. First of all, we know what we're doing and what we're about to do as far as history is concerned with giving back, and not the traditional way.
Yeah.
So Coach said something of, I didn't play in high school, but yet and still, opportunity still knocked for him.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I put up here when I get to it is passionate, committed, determined, and hard work pays off.
Mm-hmm.
So just by the short time that I've watched what you posted, watched how you excited about what's about to happen. These are the words, and this is the statement. That hard work pays off, regardless if it's traditional way or not. What's for you is for you, and nobody can stop you.
Yep.
Period.
Yep. And that is one of the definitions of a ballaholic. Everything you just said.
A ballaholic.
Yep. Consistency, right? Everything you just said. Commitment. All that hard work pays off. That is a ballaholic. Because what's an alcoholic? Someone who consistently drinks, right? So we put a ball in front of that owl, and we put a ballaholic in there. Someone who's consistent with the ball. But everyone isn't consistent with a ball. So now we talk about ballaholic. What does that really mean? It just means someone's being consistent. Doctor, lawyer, firefighter, police officer. If you're consistent at what you do in a positive way, you're a ballaholic. And that's why I love that name, because and that's why my brand is just not basketball. Now we're talking about you being consistent in what you're doing. And that's why I love the brand. That's why I know my brand is going to kick. And when it kicks, it's going to pop, because I'm going to explain it the way I'm explaining it now. And they're going to be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
I'm super excited for one. I love positivity, first of all. Second of all, two Black men together doing positive things. I was excited. I was explaining to someone, hey, blessings, everyone. You guys can actually go on here and probably see the comments that people are making.
Yep. How you do that?
So,
I'll say where it says chat.
Yes, you should be able to see.
Okay. All right.
Again, it's important for society, culture to see men and women coming together. I don't know what he did. Somebody might have called him. I don't know.
Oh my God. Because okay. So one of our ongoing jokes is the fact that I told him he needs to get an Apple phone. You know, we was in the UK and he had a Samsung, and he was like, man, I'm gonna do it. And it just keeps dropping. I was like, man, we gotta get you an Apple phone. You know what I mean? So I can't wait until he already know. Watch. He gonna know I'm gonna have something to say. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
So it's the positive giving back to our communities. Taking back our culture of constantly leading from our gifts. Gift meaning basketball. Gift meaning the role of a leader. We know that basketball is a team sport.
There we go.
You know you want to get clown, right?
No, I got an Android. I'm sorry.
See?
Sure.
That was a joke. You're gonna get clowned.
I got it, Ange. I'm sorry. I know. I'm working on that. I'm working on that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So positivity at this time in this season of life is very important. People are resorting to selfishness, and a lot of people are dying. It is very imperative that we take back our community, whether it's through sports, whether it's just showing love to someone, showing that you care is very important. One thing that I appreciated about N1 was they gave back to the community down to the last person. They wouldn't leave until everybody got what they came for.
Mhm.
We can't say that about every sport. We can't talk about or say that about other people who their claim to fame is money, 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 money. But I appreciate what you guys are doing. The future is bright. Now is the time. I spoke last night on another show about main event.
Yeah.
Wally Dixon.
Mhm.
His he's bigger than a brand.
Yeah.
And I would hope that everyone would take a page from his book
Mhm.
of giving back, helping, take his shirt off, give you the last dollar in his pocket, just to make sure that somebody else is good. I meet people like you guys through main event.
Mhm.
I haven't met him in person like I haven't met you. But however, in these 3 years, I probably talked to him more than I talked to my own family.
Mhm.
He's a very genuine person. I'm glad in this season that we have learned the lessons that we needed to learn from our mistakes. And now we're coming back stronger than we ever have been.
Right.
So when I saw, I had a conversation with Mr. Butler on the phone, and the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I remember you on the N1 tour, and how, when he lost, it was horrible.
Yeah.
They made him or portrayed him as a kid having a tantrum. And we talked about that, and we talked about this particular narrative, that when you guys come out as Streetball to Pro and as Blacktop Streetball Association, when you're being followed, it's going to be the real story. It's not going to be a narrative to tear down, to bring division, or any of those things. It is a real thing. What you see is what you get.
Mhm.
So let's get into your reasoning out of the natural sense of playing basketball. What is your reason for your drive? We can start
Me?
with Coach. No,
Okay.
not you yet.
So yeah, mine definitely may be different. I'm more definitely God driven. You know what I mean? So before my story, in a sense, I was playing basketball. Like I said, I got paid to play in the States in Washington. But at the same time, I was married and I had another business. I used to have a Christian, I used to do Christian, I had a Christian radio magazine, and we used to do like sort of like an award show, Christian award show. I used to have like a nightclub, all this stuff, right? So basically, I have the gift to preach. You know what I mean? The calling. All right. And so that was my I was learning and I was still hooping. And I had stopped hooping and actually I got into preaching and I was doing youth ministry and all of that stuff. And I left to go to PA. I went to PA because my ex-wife at the time, she's from there. She's actually from Newark. And so we went to Pennsylvania to the Poconos and I went out there, started, doing church. I have a disabled son. And so they didn't have really the care that he needed. You know what I mean? And I felt that God told me to come back to Bremerton. My work here wasn't done. So we came back over to Bremerton. I was sitting in church and man, I got somebody, my godfather, his church, his mentor came up to me and was like, just out of nowhere, I'm sitting there and said, hey, God is calling you is going to call you to do a business and you're going to be very successful. I'm sitting here like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, how can this be? Because I'm not looking to pursue business. You know what I mean? I'm here trying to do the church thing, family, you know what I mean? This is what I'm going to do. And my boy, he was my best friend. He ended up passing away. He had the gift of prophecy and things like that. And man, him was going to go into ministry together. And he looked at me, he came over, he was there too. And he said, man, the word that was given to you is true. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I just moved back. I have 2 kids. I have a daughter and a son. I have 2 kids, one just disabled, no job, Bremerton, the small town, no money. And I'm going to start a team. You know what I mean? Well, I didn't know I'm going to start a business. That's what it was. I'm going to start a business. Like, okay. But I just held on and said, all right. And sure enough, I got a phone call from Coach Don Sims. He still owns the Seattle Mountaineers. And he was like, hey, just because, like I said, my background before, I helped start another team that I used to play for. And so they were saying, we think you'll be a great owner. And I thought about it. I was like, okay, think about the business itself in a minor league and where I'm located. Will it work? Said, all right. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know how we're going to get it done because I don't have no money. He said, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to help you in a sense. We'll talk to the league and you can make payments. I was like, all right, cool. So that's how I got started into it. And my heart was to, honestly, it's the love, is to preach the gospel, is to share, is to use my life, use the gift of basketball and use that platform that I can build with like men like Cordell, young men, old men, and just use that, pour into them and allow them to just, go throughout the world and do whatever God called them to do. So that's my motive and my drive is for his glory, is for, like I said, to help the community, to help the people. So that's, like I tell everybody, that's my end game. You can see videos and stuff along the way that I talk about the same story. I'm like, I know it's God because it was told to me and I'm right here. I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? So these are the things I connected with. You like I said, Ballaholic, main event. I'm like, I'm going to be a part of history. And I was sitting in church, you know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? Just seeking God out there, trying to be a better husband. You know what I mean? Do the things that he called me to do. And here we are 11 years later and do a divorce 11 years later. And
that's a nice drive right there. I did that drive me to definitely stay in the gym 5-6 hours for real, coach. For sure that.
Everything is, in God's timing. We want when we hear it, we like, okay, now is it now? Is it now? And then it's 10, 11 years later.
Yeah.
But then it builds character. It builds your faith. Because one thing I know for sure, if God said it,
he's going
to happen.
Yep.
God ain't a liar.
Nah.
He can't lie. So
he don't. Yeah.
One thing also that people don't know, you mentioned that your son is disabled. Well, the funny thing is, I'm looking at this video of your son playing keyboard.
Right.
And there was a family when we lived in Alabama. They were a military family, and their daughter had the same condition that your son has. They told Adora, well, they didn't tell her. They told her parents that she probably wouldn't live past 5 or whatever the age was. When I tell you, this little girl was so gifted, almost had to, you know how like sometimes when you're around disabled or people that you want to shield them instead of letting them grow, right? Yep. There was a plate and forks and silverware that she would only use. They assumed that she couldn't eat with a regular fork. Well, God had to show them something. They went on a trip and forgot to bring her plate and her silverware. She got to eat.
Yeah.
So in our presence, she was eating off a regular plate and a regular fork and spoon. So when her parents came to get her, I said, oh, she don't need no special plates and all of that stuff. She's eating fine.
Right.
You can see. And from there on, their mindset was changed based off of what you assumed you can't do, but you can do.
That's crazy. And it's crazy that some people don't really believe in that change, that stuff can get better. And
I've seen it myself.
Man, it's so, and I get it. It's hard to like think about it if something is you think is permanent. You know what I mean? It's crazy because I've seen paralyzed, like 2 people like paralyzed, and 5 years later they're walking again. Maybe not permanent, not a real walk, but like they're walking, as opposed to them being told that look, you're not gonna walk again, and now they're walking 5 years later. You just. Is it,
if her parents would have believed that, or what the doctor said, Adora just turned 18. Yeah. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
She just turned 18.
That's crazy, man.
Yes.
So again, it's the drive, the passion, the commitment. If God be for you, who can be against
you? Yep.
Man.
Yes. And it's funny that you're talking about that, because my son actually, because of the condition, he was his brain was as thin as tissue paper. So he had brain damage, permanent brain damage. And by the grace of God, God grew it back. And he's a savant. So as y'all watch him play, he's amazing. All he does is listen and make beats and play.
Man, yeah, coach. Yeah.
She loves music. She can pick up stuff. Like you wouldn't think that they're capable of doing this, but she has perfect pitch.
Yes.
She crazy. Can. I was like, huh? So again, you're looking at miracles.
Yes.
And when I look at you guys, I see miracles.
Wow.
I hear miracles. You haven't even scratched the surface of what's going to happen for you.
You're going to have me over here crying. That's real talk.
For you, through you.
Yeah.
I was telling some friends at work tonight, and I'm trying not to cry because Alex, that's my lion.
Yeah.
Alex is my lion. I met him 2 years ago. I had Alex on my show, and I saw him on IG playing basketball. That's how I got in touch with him. It wasn't through anyone else. It was IG. And I was like, I don't know who you are, but I need you to come on my show. Mind you, he's in Italy. So our time differences. He's like, okay, I'll come on your show. We talked. And I said at the time, I don't know how, but I need you to keep going. I'm going to find a way. I promise. I'm going to get you to the United States. I'm going to get you to wherever you need to be so you can play basketball. You're that passionate.
Yeah.
It's 3 years later.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And I meet y'all.
Mhm.
And I was sitting at this seat, actually. I'm sitting here and I heard guys say, call and check on Alex.
Wow.
I didn't know what was going on with him.
Wow.
Alex was like, I'm tired. I want to leave. I want to do this. He making plans. He was supposed to come to, I think, California or something in May or of next year or something. He was trying. And I heard the Holy Ghost say, reach out to Ashley.
Oh, wow.
See, but see how you say it though. A lot of people be like, "Oh, man, the Holy Ghost said that." Ain't nobody said, but they don't. Then that's the belief that other people don't have in themselves and in other people. You know what I mean? That's epic, man. That's gripping. That's so epic.
Talk to Ashley. Tell him what's going on. So by this time, I'm talking to you, Ballaholic, and I said, "It's this young man. I'm telling you, he's tall, but he got handles, and you just got to see him." He was like, "Just keep encouraging him." Da 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 da. And so I was like, "Ashley, I got this guy in Italy. Y'all need to talk."
Man.
I don't know what, but then the next day or so, I see this message on Facebook.
Yeah, and his highlights are impressive too.
And Alex inboxed me like, "Sunshine, I'm like,
wow.
You say these things of 6 degrees of separation. You literally one person away.
Yep.
One advice away and one help away from where you need to be in your destiny." That was proven.
Yeah.
It's always proven.
Right.
That's true.
I had no idea, but the fact that he didn't stop, that was 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going to have the opportunity to show the world who he is.
Yep. What he can do. Yep.
Now, it's like you said, one person away. Tell y'all how Ballaholic and we met. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Man, you think about it, you would think we've known each other forever. You know what I mean? It's our relationship and how fast things are going with what we have going together. And so it's been maybe 6 weeks now.
Yeah.
That and it's just the evidence of God, right? So we go down. Yeah. So like I said, I've been with the vision for a minute. I had this, God gave it to me. I was walking around with it. This is the second and one. I'm gonna be the second and one. I didn't know what that means. You know what I mean? You know how God give you little pieces. I'm like, all right, Holy Spirit, this second and one. So Streetball the Pro. So I started, I guess I would say back in 2019, Hezzy guy, he was on a money tournament. I started doing things and trying to mix the two and start trying to figure it out. And so
wait. Time out. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. What's the name you just said?
Hezzy guy.
He's supposed to be coming on my show too.
Oh wow.
That's why I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. This right here. This jersey, for those you can see, that's from that. That's the jersey that and you see videos. He signed that and it has his patch on it. You know what I mean? The Hezzy family. So I did business with him when I first got started. Him and Chris Staple. I started recording and getting footage and ideas, and the pandemic happened. I went through a divorce, dark time, you know what I mean, in a sense, trying to get my family and things like that. And it didn't work out in a sense the way I thought, you know what I mean? But God had other plans. And so in that, I came out and I went back to Memphis. So that's why it's so humbling, because you see God's presence. And like, I was in Memphis for less than a year. I was on the news. You know what I mean? I created a program out there for basketball for young ladies called Ashley Robinson Initiative to help them get scholarships, to help give them a playing sort of not an equal playing field, because in the world in which we're in, that ain't happening. But we can help, and that's my biggest thing too. Because I started that. That was part of when I started the Admirals. I was a girls coach, and I always wanted to give the girls the same opportunity. So since I own the Admirals in the program, I'm like, whatever they have, you're gonna get. So I did that in Memphis. Got sick down there. End up losing everything again, you know what I mean? Because I lost everything through the divorce. Well, not because of the divorce, but it was a situation. I left some people in charge while my business was going, and I was in Virginia trying to get my family, you know what I mean? And business and things went however it went back here. I lost everything, you know what I mean? So, from there to Memphis, once again, get sick, lost everything. I'm like, God, I got to go back to Washington. This is where I need to go, because it's where it all started. And so I've been back here a year and a half, I would say. And so from that, just grinding consistent. I started letting folks know I'm back. I'm in the gym, just opened it up, just running the bill, because we're a nonprofit. You know what I mean? I don't have, folks is not running to give. You know what I mean? Like I told Cordell, I was like, man, I believe so much in this that we put the last, I maxed out everything to make sure UK happened. You know what I mean? We made sure that we launched, and I kept my word to him and everybody who was a part of it. And sure enough, you know what I mean? Here we are, once again, one person away, just getting with him and not knowing that, big bro, was going to tap in, was even going to hear, you know what I mean? My thing was, no matter what, me and him, we're going to do our thing, but it's such a big vision that I have. And if I have help and the right people behind it, it's going to be ridiculous. And then, so, when Maine actually reached out and agreed to talk to me, and that was very humbling, you know what I mean? So I had a chance to talk to him and Mr. Ideal and share with him the vision, and to hear how what they have going on, what we have going on is like, oh my God, it was like a puzzle piece, you know what I mean? And so that's, you know what I mean? Really fast forward, like how it all happened, one person away. We've been together 6 weeks, and we're on our way to New York and, Wisconsin. We're a part of one of the biggest things that ever happened that's going to go in history. So 6 weeks ago, we met, one person away.
And it's crazy how he said that, because we were literally in Tijuana, Mexico at a tournament at a showcase August 12th, and we were in London August 11th. September 11th. So it ain't even been a month yet since we were in London. We were sitting down. We just had finished eating. We were sitting down, and then coach was like, Cordell, you ever think about it? It hasn't even been a month yet. I'm like, wait. What's today? Like the 12th, the 13th? I'm like, right, it ain't been in a month. But the fact that me and him talked so much during that whole time span, and he had let me know his vision, and I was just like doing my homework on him and understanding the vision that he had and added to the vision that I had for myself, and it just made sense. And we talked so much that it felt like it felt like a good 6 months to a year that we've known each other. It's only been like 3 weeks. It's only a month.
A month and a half, you know what I mean?
Right. So I can only imagine, we gonna keep this going, and how it can be in the next month, or, you know what I mean, looking down the line, even in the next 90 days or next 120 days, you know what I mean? But the fact that we did all of this, well, actually it started with him, but we came together in a matter of 3 weeks and we're already in London. And now we already got other people joining in on it with us. You know what I mean? Hopping on the team. It's speechless.
Sort of to help you out, Streetball to Pro. Well, I'm a scout. I'm not just a coach. I'm an owner. I wear many hats. And so that's how it all happened. It was, okay, you have a vision just like a team, right? A coach or an owner needs a certain piece for that team. I knew if it was going to be and the next and one, guess what? I just found Ballaholic. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And everybody slept on him. They did. It was the craziest thing. I'm like, that's Ball. Wait a minute. Hey, and he's hooping. He's killing. This is what we have. This is what I have. And he, like I said, he shared his vision. He said, yep. So bringing who he is with, you know what I mean? Some people know who I am, but everybody, you know what I mean, know who he is. So to bring us together and the resources and just the brotherhood, the vision, and then open up, you know what I mean? Like now, we link to the Black Top family, you know what I mean? So to me, mind blowing because, like I said, 6 weeks ago, and here we are about to travel the world. Man, I can only imagine what's about to happen. You know what I mean? So
the cool thing for me is being associated with both of y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
Streetball to Pro and Black Top.
Yes.
I'm for the win. You know?
It's going to be a win overall because of the fact that, like you said, as folks begin to understand how the two work together, right? So who are we? Streetball to Pro. Now, I'm going to mess y'all up because we have really we're going to end up having 4 teams or 4 layers, right? So Streetball to Pro, we're going to have our streetball team, which you're seeing Alex, and we got another guy from Venezuela that we're about to release, and we're going to have a big tryout, you know, a big festival event that's going to be in the summer, you know, for ball. It's going to be a ballaholic event, you know what I mean? Us bringing street ball back international. So we got the street ball team. We're going to have the women's team. So Kelly Griffin, ex-Baylor point guard with Brittany Griner, she's our team captain for that. So we're ready to start to have so we're going to have a Streetball to Pro women edition, and she's going to have that, and she's going to go around and do that. So then the international team. So our international team. So what's happening now, to give you all an idea of how we do our tryouts, we got actually 5 states now, and we're going to go to each state, and we're going to have a 2-day tryout. Our tryout on the first day is going to be, we say, more of a showcase type deal, private run, because the way things are going, we're probably going to unroll a few more things. So that's why I said it's going to end up turning to a showcase. And it's going to be open for teams, because that's what we're doing. We're basically creating a hub throughout within the U.S., within certain states that we're going to be working with. And so they're going to have everything that we're going to have. So that's why I said, go ahead and say it. We're going to end up creating our own Streetball to Pro league within itself. So Blacktop does a lot. They're the pros of streetball. You know what I mean? We're the ones that do on the hardwood. Yeah. So we're coming together, and we're being a blessing to each other because they're able to put on, and vice versa. They're finding players that we're going to need. And so we're able to cross and come together and unite and be able to really help even more players and be able to really do more things for the community, because it's, in a sense, you're creating, if we would say, more soldiers. You know what I mean? So you're finding them, you're building them up, and it's not just basketball, it's life. You know what I mean? I don't want them to get, it's just that. No, mental health, you know, the spiritual part, you know, it's everything that really matters off the court. So that's the difference, or say that's how we come together for those who's going to see it and be like, wait, Blacktop, Streetball. Yes, you see how it works now. You know what I mean? We support one another.
Don't forget the people in the South, because I'm already getting calls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
We're planning on, so we're working on, we want to go Atlanta, Texas. So we are going to have a tryout in Texas. I can pull it up right here. So the tryouts we do have as of right now. So those who want to get behind us, get involved, please reach out to us in any kind of way. Right now, and this is what we have. We have New York, October 13th, 14th, Wisconsin, the 20th through the 21st, Texas, November 4th, 5th. We're going to be in Washington, November 10th, 11th, and then Virginia, December 2nd and 3rd. And so we're going to have more information. Stuff is on the website, but we're going to get more flyers and just really pump it. But those are going to be our 5 locations, right? So we're looking to take at least 1 to 2 players that we're going to sign, right? We're making the super team. The super team is going to the DR in January for a job opportunity to compete. We're playing in the Champions of Champions. So we're going to, like you said, 5 different states, hopefully we can find at least 2, from each state. But that's just for that one team. Now it may be that we're gonna be able to put on other teams. So I want y'all to understand that's the beauty of what we have going on. We're like, okay, we're looking for this because we're going overseas and we're gonna find the best. But guess what? You might fit the street ball team. Oh, you may fit this team, so that's what we have going, and we're gonna need some more dates. Well, after in the spring, because we go to Africa in February and Japan in March.
Yeah, Japan, March. Yep.
So that's our schedule so far. We got London. Shout out the London Hoops. We're going to be coming back up there doing the international, because that's where we started. We did our first tryout, and we launched everything in UK and in London. And so we had players from the US and players from London. Players, the player we end up signing to the team, we call him, his nickname he earned is the Boy Scout. So Jay, he ended up making the top team that's traveling now to get jobs. He's an ex-pro. And so, and then we have some invites from UK that are some of the top street ballers that we'll be able to invite them to some of the
so basically y'all need to figure out how y'all can use me too.
You can be our connect on the East in Detroit. Like I know it's hoopers in the D, so you can go on there and hey y'all, I know somebody, and it's a good opportunity for y'all, and then you can put it out there.
We can bring them on. Hey, like I said, we was trying to do shows, podcasts. Hey, we trying to figure out all of that. However we can work together, how you can see being a part or anything, that we're so open because we know it's so big. You know what I mean? It's mind blowing. Like I said, 6 weeks into this, and we got seemed like the whole world wide open to just open up for us.
Well, definitely my dream place is to go to Italy. So
okay, yes,
I want to travel. A guy that's in Georgia who's waiting. I mean, matter of fact, he inboxed me today. He's always, putting things out about playing basketball, whatever. So, I mean, again, when you're in this type of business, a lot of people. And so, whatever services you need, I just have to put myself out there.
Yeah, and you said something really good that Coach keys on a lot, is that it's about who you know.
Yeah.
So if you know the right person, somebody knows you. You know what I mean? Like what you did for Alex, it's pretty much the same way. And sometimes it's vice versa. You might put him. He might know some other radio or podcast people that are hires. At a different brand. Like, yo, you know what? I know somebody. Sunshine, she's really good. You know what I mean? Put her on. You know what I mean? You just never know, right? We just never know. You know what I mean? So it's always good, and it's always important about who you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You just have to be, humble, of course. And then my thing is always be nice. You never know who is speaking your name in a room that you don't know nothing of.
Right.
And again, if you're in a place or a position to help others, that help will eventually come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's true.
Again, we have said our reasons for, passion and commitment and determined and all these things to give back to our community. One thing we have been saying all night, that we can't do nothing without God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because we believe.
Yeah.
And of course, God always said, write the vision and make it plain. So we're writing. He already knows. At the end of the day, whatever our thoughts are, is a way bigger.
Yeah.
God is way bigger. So if our imagination is big, God's imagination is even bigger.
Oh yeah.
So everything. One of the things I heard today again is if you take care of God's business, God will take care of your business. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We win all the time.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, finish what you started because the best is yet to come.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So for both of you guys, I'll start with Mr. Butler.
Yes.
What is a balanced life for you?
A balanced life for me.
Yes.
Me waking up every day, being able to walk, see, smell, smile, talk, see my kids, see my mother, family, friends, uh, be able to go to work and blessed that I have a job. And always stay humble and keep myself at ground zero because I always think about people who are less fortunate than I am. And I told this to Coach Ashley as well, too. In other countries who I've been to, especially third world countries, they don't have what we have. And we're very complaining about stuff that we need and that we want. And they over there walking around with no shoes on and drinking mud. You got kids drinking mud water. Or you have kids who are epileptic. They have over 100 seizures a day or even a week. And how hard would that be for a parent to deal with that, to see their kid going through that? So a balanced day for me is just the basics. Waking up, I can see, I can smell. I'm blessed that I have a job. You know what I mean? That's my balanced day. After work, I'm going home. It's work, basketball, home. That's my balanced day.
Coach?
Balanced day. Hey, what I love about it's funny, sort of. Me and CD, our little show, I call it. It's a coach's perspective, and I say a player's perspective, right? Mm-hmm. For me, of course, mine is different. Like you say, why do I do what I do, right? So a balance, I guess you would say, a balanced day for me. First of all, it's one of those it's part of the fight, right? When I say part of the fight, it's the fight in the walk of being a Christian. You know what I mean? So living in this world is constant, especially when you talk about you're in a place of honestly in power. You know what I mean? And there's your ego, you got pride, you got certain things that constantly your flesh that's coming. Right. So a balance is being able to, really press in. You know what I mean? And God, let me hear you. What's the next move? Because especially in the position I feel like that I'm in, as a leader, that to look after the flock and to take care of them. So that my balance is really definitely thankful, God, for just honestly good and bad. It's not just the good things, because this is before, I don't know how much time, but one of the things I learned in going through what I went through is suffering. You know what I mean? It says when you go through suffering, what it produces character. Yeah. You know what I mean? So the Bible talks about to basically count it all joy to go through. You know what I mean? So and going through these things, and really when you lose the things in which you think you need, and you find out that he's really the only thing that you really need, because when it's all said and done, when we leave, then what's up? You know what I mean? So that's really how it is. So for me, it's been a blessing, because going through the suffering, because they say a lot, when you're giving, much is required. Right. But to go through that, to have it, you got to go through. So, so that's that balance. And that's what I'm thankful for, is like, man, God just continue to hold me down and which way to go and do these things and just relying on him. So that's the balance. It's just that fight of pressing in against the flesh, because every day you ain't want to pray. You don't want to read. You don't want to do, you know what I mean? That's just really how it is. So that's what it is. And as you continue to get higher and things open up, it's just constantly fighting. So that balance is just pressing in.
Right.
Before we get off, I do want to mention y'all other partner, the pharmacist.
He's just a guest. He's a guest. So when it comes to the business side, it's just me and Cordell. The pharmacist is a guest that we're bringing on. You know what I mean? So that's the thing too. Yes, he has a big name. Everybody knows who he is, but he's not part of the ownership group.
Yeah. That's the difference. Yep. But he is one of those legends up there, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just had to put that out there. I don't want nobody to think that he owns the business. We're very grateful that he's coming out. We're loving to work with him and continue to work with him. It's just we don't want nobody to be like, oh, it's the three of them. Nah, it's just me and my man CD down in Mexico, and here we are. So
here we are. Here we are.
That one person. That's how the pharmacist honestly got on CD. He reached out to him, and so he was my one person. So I always want to give him his flowers. For anybody to be like, oh no, it's that guy right there. So
and I ain't gonna lie, I'm blessed the fact that I'm able to reach out to those guys. And I ain't gonna lie, if I didn't play the way I played on tour, I wouldn't have no contact with these guys. So again, you know, that man upstairs just helped me, you stay in the gym, man, because it's gonna come. And me staying in the gym, being active and actually being a good basketball player led me to have a lot of different connections to these players, or even to people who you like, Sunshine. You know, I'm cool with Tank and Jay Valentine. Them is my guys. Like I said.
Why did you do that?
Them is my guys. Like me and Jay like this. Me and Tank, and we homies. We real homies.
I'm putting it out here. If Tank or Jay Valentine come on this show, I won't be no good.
What's the name of your podcast? What's the name of your podcast?
Go make it happen. Make it happen.
Listen, y'all better stop playing with me.
What's the name of your podcast, Sunshine?
Keeping It Real, Conversations with Sunshine.
Keeping It Real, Conversations with Sunshine. All right, I got you. Keeping It Real.
Make it happen. Oh, I want to see that show. Oh my gosh. Oh,
and that's without the G. KEEPIN apostrophe.
Sunshine. Oh, without the G, say okay. Without the G, okay. So we Ebonic. Okay, all right. Sunshine. All right. Now, with is without the H, or is it with the H?
It's with the.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking because wit. That's how we talk. It's wit. It ain't with. It's wit. So with the H, right?
Yes.
All right, okay, all right. I got you. Yep, I'm gonna hit him up.
Man, y'all see these jaws right now. You see how I'm smiling right
now? I'm gonna hit him up. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I let him know he wants you on the podcast, and they just want to conversate about you and telling your life, and I'll let him know. Because his brother just came out with a gospel album, I think. Bobby New. He just came out with a gospel album. And I got to check that out. Yeah. So, yep.
That would be crazy. So, again, we have a great opportunity. Again, everyone, I need you guys to tap in and support. What's your website?
Streetball2pro.com or kitsapadmirals.com.
Streetball to Pro.
Yep.
And whoever watching, make sure you go in there and look at the details so you have a clear view and understanding of what we're doing and what we're going to do. So if we're ever watching it, if you're interested, if you know players that want to get on, it's a three-way. It's a three-way, trip with us. We got 3 different teams, 3 different ways we can do it. You'll be getting looked at by us, if not by another team we'll be playing against abroad. We're not talking about in the States, we're talking about abroad. So
we do own a team in Thailand. So in October, like I said, we're starting now. We're having the tryouts. We're an agency. We're only going to take 10 players each team, and we're going to focus on those 10. So these tryouts. So, we're having it now. Once we get that team, we're just running with that team until they get jobs, and then we'll open up tryouts again. So I don't want y'all to think that this is not your typical minor league type team. You know what I mean? So, and for $50,
I'm trying to put the websites up here. Streetball to Pro, is that .org or
.com?
.com.
Yep, I got them .com, and Kitsap Albums is also .com.
Yeah. Oh.
Where'd it go? And Kitsap Atmos.
Are we looking for pro street ball players, pro women hoopers, pro men hoopers?
Yep. We're looking for it all.
Let me see. We're going to be running out of, let me see. We got what, 1, 2, Thailand. We got about 5, 6.
6 countries? Yeah, 6 countries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 6
Y'all should have told me I was going to do this. I would have, my smaller feet, I could,
Yeah. So we got.
I told you I was Baby Barkley. Y'all better ask somebody.
Oh, man.
I like that, Baby Barkley.
Baby Barkley. I like that.
I know.
Yeah, Baby Barkley. All right.
Don't try to
Okay.
steal my stuff. Don't do it.
Baby
Don't try to
Barkley.
steal my stuff.
Baby Barkley. I don't know. I like that one, though. That's a good one.
Might have to keep that just in case we run into somebody up, baby.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
baby.
Say, let me find out y'all done gave my name to somebody else. Ooh, you don't want these problems. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Baby Barkley, I like it.
So I got some announcements. So govern yourselves accordingly. And everything that I'm going to name is Black owned. So I need you guys to support. Last October, it's been almost a year, I had the opportunity to write my first book that I published by myself.
Oh, wow.
It was called The Blueprint Guys Design. God had to sit me down because I was going left when he told me to go right. So basically, with anything that you build, you got to get it from a blueprint.
That's true.
And it's okay to start over. It's okay that you might have lost your way or whatever the case may be. Just pick up the blueprint and get back to it. That's it. That's all you got to do. So you can put the name of the book in, my name, or the code, and it'll come up on Amazon. If you wanted to continue to support the vision of this show, it's not my end goal, but one of my goals is to take this podcasting show to television. God showed it to me that I would be a Black Ellen DeGeneres. So, yeah, so that's the plan. So you can donate at my Cash App as Sunshine Camila, Kamilah. That's how you really spell my name. I have to do it the other way so people don't mispronounce it, and they still do anyway. So, whereas this has been sponsored by Blacktop Streetball Association, go to their website, btsba.com. Again, you can see what's going on. There will be some things coming down the pipe, as well as Streetball to Pro, which I will show later. Excuse me. AC's Teas, 313-380-0321. Some of the best ginger and turmeric tea ever. If I was on drugs, I would definitely go there. I would be addicted. It's that bad.
If I was on drugs, all right.
She's on Facebook, AYEC. I'm telling you, I was addicted. Like, I had to have my fix every week. I don't know if she put something else in it, but I need my stuff.
It's like that sweet tooth.
We're talking about ownership. My friend Larry Boog Phillips, co-owner of Detroit Waffle Cafe. Some of the best food. Woo-wee. Ballaholic always talking about he hungry and he always eating something. Well, you come to Detroit, I got a place for you.
Yeah. Oh
Hey,
yeah.
we're gonna be there November 18th.
November 18th.
We're in Detroit.
Where?
Man.
Yeah, we're coming to Detroit to play a game November 18th. So we'll be in Detroit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So now we get to see each other face to face, Sunshine.
Let me write.
Now we get to meet and greet.
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Oh yeah, you want me to dunk on you? Is that what you said? What happened?
I don't know if you could jump that high.
I'm trying to see who we're playing.
You don't want these problems, I'll tell you.
That's why we coming. I definitely want the problem.
So I'm gonna get, as soon as I get the address, I got the team. I know Avengers is one of the teams in the NBL out there, where they're supposed to be one of the top teams. We're supposed to be playing, I believe, before their game. It's I would say a Detroit Pro-Am type team or league. They're putting their best players, and we're gonna get it in on November 18th. So we're gonna see what's up.
I'm gonna beat y'all, and then I'm gonna send y'all home crying. Okay. By this time, I'm gonna have my new feet, and
I'm gonna have my new feet. Oh man. Oh,
we're gonna
God.
go to the Waffle Cafe one of those days. Matter of fact, what day is? How long y'all staying?
Sure, hey, we want to do some community things. If we're gonna be there, I don't want to just do one day. If we can get together and do something.
So November 18th is the Saturday.
Yep. So we'll probably come in. We can come in on a Friday, stay for the weekend. Let's do something. Let's link up and do something for the community. Let's do something for the youth.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So yeah, we definitely gonna go to the Waffle Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
Detroit.
excited about the food. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't laugh at me.
Oh man.
So their phone number is 313-739-6308. They just did brunch on Sundays. Oh my God. And you have to reserve. That's how bad these people are. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's Alpha and Omega. One of my friends. She got me in this natural hair pattern. My hair was long, but I cut it. My mom hair had completely fell out, and within 6 weeks of doing this all natural products, my mom's hair is almost completely filled in. Again, Alpha and Omega Naturals.com. Last but not least, Sweeties Day weekend. Yours truly. See what I did? I will be in the stage play. He's fine, but is he saved?
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, October 21st, 22nd, 7 p.m. Henry Ford Civic Center. Again, right now, general admission is $45. VIP is $65 until Monday. No, till Tuesday. Tuesday, the prices go up again. I think it's $49.69, something like that. But again, we have Brother Man from the 5th floor from Martin will be in it. Sunday's Best Season 5 winner, Joshua Rogers. Thicker, don't get me lying. Jewel Tanker will be here in some of your local talents. Play again. Even if you can't come, you can support. You can buy a ticket, and we'll donate your ticket. Hint, hint. You ain't even looking. I said, even if you can't come, you can still buy a ticket and donate the ticket. Hint, hint.
Oh yeah. I'm with that. I thought
there they go. Look, there they go.
We're doing contracts over here. Contracts. You see it?
Oh, shit. Oh my God.
All right, people. Streetballtopro.com. Go to the website right now. I said right now.
Right now, literally right now, right now.
If you think you can ball, male or female,
Check us out. Only real hoopers, you don't get exposed. I promise you.
Go.
Yeah, you have to be a real hooper. You cannot. You're not coming here. Yeah, don't come on here and thinking you're a hooper.
Go until I get my new feet. Then I can and bring in the heat that I know that I can do. Like some people's midsection gonna be all messed up because wait till I get these new feet. My house about to be crazy.
Oh my God. Oh man.
Don't act like I didn't tell you. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, nah, we're gonna wait and see. That's all. We're gonna wait and see.
November 18th, we got it on our calendar.
Yep.
I don't want you to wait and see. I have to have surgery first, and then I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
I was ready to push pencil you in for November 18th. You know what I mean?
Yes, I got you down. November 18th, they will be in the city of one of the best cities ever. I'm just saying.
Yes, Detroit.
Detroit, something else. But anyway, those have been your church announcements for tonight. I need you to govern yourself accordingly, okay? Accordingly to what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for your positivity. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for having a good time. This is not the last. It might have been the first, but it's definitely not the last. November 18th, I want you guys to come out with your cameras, your phones, your Apple phones. We need footage of what I'm gonna do to Ballaholic, okay?
Oh man. All right. We're gonna see.
We gonna do 55.
Hopefully I'll have an Apple phone by then, boy. We're gonna see.
Lord Jesus, come through right now, cause this man ain't going around here and his phone cutting off while he's in the middle of a conversation because he got an Android. God.
It's been doing it like the past week. It's been doing that. Me and Coach going live. It's cutting off. It's freezing. Hey.
God bless the man of God.
Oh God. Oh man.
God, they coming out with the 15. God bless him. Right now.
I'll get one. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one.
Oh my God.
In Jesus' name, God bless them.
Oh man.
15 Pro Max, whatever it is.
Yeah.
God do it. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
I seen you work. Miracles. I said miracles today. Miracles.
Yep. I'm gonna get one. Oh man.
Receive it in Jesus' name. Y'all some nutballs. Y'all know that.
Oh God, that's funny. That's hecka funny.
Yes.
Anyway, I think this might be my last one. For a minute. My schedule for rehearsals will be during the time that I would normally be on. So it's gonna be sporadic in the month of October because I'm a busy woman.
Right. We get it. You see, you're a ballaholic. You're consistent with where you are, a ballaholic. Yes. Yes. Yep.
Let me know. Let me know when you need.
Now this is the thing. You writing contracts, You better make sure my name's spelled right now. I put it on here now.
Well, see, I'm gonna be your agent. That's how I gotta write the contract. See, I'm that. Bring me into the room. What we need? What we need to sign? I got you. How much we need? I got you.
The glasses and the red pen. Yeah.
Absolutely. I got one with the green thumb on it. Do that work?
Oh, that kind of works. Cause green means money. Green means gold.
Money, you better.
But see, red pen, we got that international money. It was red.
Yeah, it's different. You know?
Right? Yeah.
That's lovely. Y'all ain't got no sense. I just want y'all to know that, okay? So you guys can stick around. I'm going to end the show, and then I'm gonna see you. And then we can do all that wonderful things afterwards. So again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, proven over and over again. Of course, always be nice to somebody, smile. You never know. God is waiting for you to be you.
Yep.
And I will see y'all when I see you. Peace.
See ya. Love.